What's an easy way to make small amounts of money? Focus groups. I find most of them on Craigslist, under the etc section in jobs. I've made anywhere from $25 to $500 a month by just giving my opinions on potential advertising promos. A friend and I once ran an illegitimate painting business for a couple months. We were both unemployed and posted on Craigslist that we specialized in rush jobs. Like if someone needed something painted that day, a landlord who owned a bunch of crappy rental units and trailers around town called us to slap some paint up on a unit he was trying to turn around real quick. Paid $400 each. He apparently liked the work we did and didn't care that we were only accepted cash and were running the business out of a Ford Focus. So he started calling us about once a week. I ended up getting a real job, so we shut it down. You can donate blood plasma. I hear it pays relatively well, but you can only do it so often so you don't pass out or whatnot. Go to charity shops and Goodwill stores, buy plus size women clothes in good condition. Resell them on eBay for profit. As bad as this sounds, plus size women tend to be embarrassed in terms of buying clothes in person and revealing their size. You can sell the clothes cheaper than retail but still make a good profit. Everyone wins. I am aware how bad the wording is that I have used in terms of embarrassed, but it can be the case. I did this in college. I found a thrift store that sold everything for $1. I would look for labels or vintage clothes and resell them on eBay. It was easy, but required a good eye. A friend of a friend has started writing erotic short stories and self-publishing them on Amazon. Fiverr.com. Me and my girlfriend do video testimonials for random people that order from us. You get paid $4 every time and it adds up. I've made over $1,000 in 6 months, and each order only takes 5 minutes to do. eBaying things you will never use again. It's earned me a whole lot of extra cash. You can buy HDMI cables online for mere pennies. Last I checked, GameStop will take them for a couple bucks, and there's no limit on how many you can trade at once. Buy low, sell high, small amounts, but that's what you asked for. Referee kids sports. If you are even remotely familiar with the sport, it is easy and they basically pay the same as high school. It is usually cash too. Go to warehouse sales and buy a bunch of crap at 90% off and then resell it on eBay. Last year I bought a crap load of Led Zeppelin poker sets for $5. Resold them for $20 each. Buy textbooks from Malaysia and sell them to US students. I do tutoring 1 hour a week per kid, and I charge £25 to £30 per hour. It adds up to a nice little income each month, especially if you manage to get a few different clients. Leave an ad at a local supermarket saying what tasks are you willing to do, a low hourly wage, $4, and a number. People would always like a random person for a task like picking up dry cleaning or babysitting or pressing a load of clothes. If you've got any talent making things, like jewelry, you can open a store on Etsy.com and sell your wares there. A few of my friends do it in their spare time as a hobby, about 10 hours a month, and they say they usually bring in about $150 a month. $15 an hour doing something you like to do at home isn't bad. The app called Postmark is great for making some money. It's mostly just women's items right now, but you can sell all the clothes, shoes, purses that you don't use anymore. I've had the app since April and I have made a little over $1,000 so far. Take some good pictures, follow a ton of people, and be fair with your prices and you'll make sales. YouTube affiliate. My little brother is 9 years old and has made nearly $300 making Lego videos. I worked for 5 years in a plasma collection facility. Donations could be made no more than 2 times in any 7-day period, with at least a day between donations. I haven't worked in one in about 13 years, but at that point you could make up to $55 per week. Mow lawns. It's not something that takes up a lot of time. 20 plus years ago, I used to get $10 to $20 per lawn. A lawn takes 30 to 60 minutes to mow. That's a few hours a month to make your $50 to $100. When the grass isn't growing, shovel snow, rake leaves, straighten up garages. Matched betting can get you that. It's a system of extracting the free money you get from signing up to betting sites. You put 2 bets on each event, using maths to work out the amounts to place, and end up with 70% of the free bet. It's a little tricky to begin with, but Money Saving Expert has some great guides. Go to Costco and buy candy bars and Monster by the case. Sell the candy bars for $1 and the monster for 2 or 3. Would be especially effective in dorms or on a college campus. Grow your own food. You're getting stuff for free that you'd otherwise have spent money on. So you're making the equivalent of money. If you swim in rivers, bring a pan and goggles with you. Try panning for some gold flakes or look for fishing lures. Lures sell for $10 and flakes are extremely expensive. I have a friend that got enough gold for his wedding ring this way. Be a dog walker. People charge $20 a pop to walk your dog while it is cooped up when you're at work or whatever, and I see them walking 5 to 6 dogs at a time. For me, it was doing some odd jobs in my area. I live in an area where there are a lot of elderly people getting up in age and a lot of new parents that are too busy with their kids. I print off flyers for lawn cutting, snow removal, siding and deck washing, etc. I have cheap prices compared to professional companies and tell people the money is going to help me pay for college, which is partially true. I get a good amount of calls and do a good amount for jobs and can knock out several lawns in a day. Just throw on my iPad and go to work. I've pulled in at the very most close to $500 in one day and can average anywhere between $50 to $100 on days I work because I don't like doing just one job a day. It's cash straight into my pocket, which have led to some big jobs that are still easy that pay out a lot. Promoting. If you're outgoing and a girl, it's an easy $80 minimum to over $200 a night. Plus you get social skills. In certain states the price per can for recycling is mind-boggling. Check out how much you get a can in your state. For example, my brother went to Yukon and played football. Yukon Stadium is off campus, so tailgating and drinking in the stadium were allowed. Well, every game there were tons and tons of full trash cans and bottles and cans everywhere. A gentleman made $150,000 a year taking all of those cans and bottles to a recycling center. Selling sodas for $1 at construction sites. Residential construction in suburban areas is really the best place since there isn't anywhere near for people to go for stuff. As a kid, I made like $500 doing this over the summer by just going down to where they were expanding the neighborhood twice a day with a cooler. Buy a 12 pack for $4. Of course you can go cheaper by buying in bulk, but I wouldn't go with non-brand name sodas, and then you make $8 profit. Don't get greedy. The $1 is a good deal and you'll make more sales that way. People don't want RC, check, or Sam's Club brand either. Also, they don't think you're taking advantage selling them for $1 and more inclined to buy, and $1 is an easy amount to get someone to part with. Officiate sports. Either league run that needs a certification or for recreational leagues. Exercise plus cash in hand equals awesome. Be an official at intramural games. That's what I'm doing. I have a job at a hospital on the weekends, but I want something to do during the week, so I decided to be an official at the volleyball intramural games. Learn guitar and busk. I am an okay singer and I can make around $50 busking in about 2 hours. It's pretty good, depending where you do it. I did it at a fresh food market. I would make way more at a clothes or tourist market. I don't know what school you go to, but chances are there's a huge amount of money to be made from used textbooks. At my college, people that couldn't resell their textbooks directly to the guys that park outside the dorms would just donate them for free in a giant box in the lobby. My friends and I would grab the entire box, 200 to 300 lbs of books, and slowly sell them on Amazon over the semester. It's really easy to get started and the only requirement is physical space in your apt or dorm. That, and I think it's ethically wrong to steal books meant for donations. But F you. If you have ethical problems with taking books, then make your own box and put it in the lobby of dorms at the end of a term. If you can type fast enough and are in college, sell your notes. Make sure you take good notes though. No one wants to buy bad notes. If you have a boring class where you are one of the few that can pay attention, everyone else is going to want your notes, even if they have to pay for them. I do this in geology and make $100 to $120 each test. I only sell printed copies, however, to prevent one person buying them and hand forwarding them to the rest of the class. Also, if it is possible, don't let your customers know who your other customers are. People will get together and study together over one set of notes. When I was in high school, I made money by pet sitting. Ask around at local coffee shops and other stores to see if they will let you put up a flyer and let your neighbors and friends know that you're in business. Bonus idea. If you have a car, offer the service of taking active dogs to the dog park. In my area, there are numerous individuals and small businesses that specialize in coming to your house while you're at work, picking up your dog and taking him to the park to run, and then bringing him home. I used to type out PDF files in high school for about $5 per page. I type 89 words per minute, so I was making about $40 or more per day depending on how much time I had, how many people needed it done, and how much money I wanted.